Hey guys, if you're not able to watch my long form content of podcast, here are some short form clips for you to enjoy. My question to you would be, how important is it for people to have a trainer? You being a doctor, how important is your guidance to the people out there that is there a requirement to have a trainer or not have a trainer?
Yeah, most people you will see they say, why do I need a trainer? I can exercise alone. So that is not the issue. Number one is the trainer corrects you. He corrects your posture. So he remembers, he takes a note. Last time, what did you do? Today, what you have to do. So he maintains a schedule. Secondly, he helps you, especially in your last reps.
Mm-hmm.
When you're tired, you can drop the dumbbell or you can drop the barbell. He's there to help you. Thirdly, he makes sure you finish your workout. And that is important because many times, I am in a hurry and I want to shortcut something and just do a little and run away. No, he will not. But most importantly, he will make sure that you follow a schedule. And that is important.
Speaking of shortcuts, doctor, which a lot of people who come to my nutrition clinic and they want to do a shortcut diet, shortcut workout, we are seeing a lot of injuries in gyms or death in gyms, and I think the trainers help modulate this. What is your advice as a doctor to people saying like, don't go to the gym, don't do aggressive workouts, don't do all of these things?
About the how to go to a gym, number one is that if I know that I have medical problems, then I should consult my physician first and see what can I do, what are my limits. But what happens is most of the people don't know how to go about it. Like today, cardio is most of the programs, it is just a warm up. You cannot do cardio for 1 hour. So 10 minutes of cardio, warm up, and then you go on to strengthening exercises, resistance exercises. So most of people don't think because they're just doing what they've heard or see other people do. Secondly, there are two types of trainers. One is the younger ones who've just bodybuilding and very young. They think that you should be like them. They'll say, "हाँ हाँ sir, उठाओ उठाओ, अरे 20 कर दें इसको." Whereas then you have the other group which is mature, which is like 40 plus.
Mhm.
They say, "Sir, hold, do slow. You don't need to do more weights. You do it carefully, you do it slowly." And I have a trainer, fortunately, who is used to dealing with older people. He restrains you, he controls you, he makes you do things slower, he makes sure the technique is right. He says, weights will come, don't worry. But you get your technique right, your position right, and your schedule right. And that is what is important.
So Dr. Kuldeep is saying go slow. Even his trainers who are older say go slow. Correct rep range, correct rep timing. So I think the most important thing that people who are now hearing about fitness, a medical doctor is also advising that working out is good. It's not injurious to your health. Go slow and steady. And so that really helps. I also studied in a medical college, and you studied many years ago. You look like a handsome young 40-year-old doctor. But I remember when I studied in med college in 1995, 96, that nobody used the premises of the gym or the what we called as the gymnasium those days. It was
Yes.
empty, right? It was
Yes.
the support staff that you would use it at Goa Medical College. What's your advice to medical students today in the fast-paced MBBS degree? If you were there teaching them, what would you advise them in 7 days of a week? When should they go? What should they do? And how quickly can they do a workout?
See, I think some exercise should be done daily, and that should not be in a gym necessarily. So, and 3 days a week at least, you should work out. And so the remaining 3 days, you can just do brisk walking. I'm okay with that. 30 minutes of brisk walking is good the day you're not going to exercise in the gym. The 3 days you go to a gym, 10 minutes of warm up, and then you do whatever exercise you do. So I had a trainer, I'll tell you this, when I started, this was about 15 years ago, who said, "Sir, every day your warm up will be after cardio, 2 sets of push ups and 2 sets of squats." So
Okay.
I have been doing 2 sets of push ups for the last 15 years as my warm up every time I go to the gym. And it opens up all your muscles, and it is a good warm up actually. I spend more time in warm up and stretching than the actual exercise. And as you get older, that is important because what you have to do is injury free exercise, and that is important. So warm up and relaxation later, stretching are as important, if not more.
Dr. Kuldeep, you have inspired me because when I met you, I had an ACL tear. I'm 49 years old. Dr. Kuldeep, you have inspired me because when I met you, I had an ACL tear. I'm 48 years old, going on to 49. And when I met you, you was like, look at me. I cycle. I do so many kilometers, more than 100 kilometers a week. And you said, I've had both my knees replaced. And that was an inspiration because you're continuing to exercise after having an injury and then getting it replaced. So what's the voice in your head? What's the secret that's pushing you? Because you motivated me. So how can we motivate people out there who are getting older, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, or even 60 plus, 70 plus? Even if the body is hurting or injured, you as a medical doctor who does surgery, who replaces things in people, uh, why should we push the human body?
They say that food is the most abused antidepressant and exercise is the least utilized one.
Wow.
And that is because the relaxation and happiness and stress busting, which exercise can get you, nothing can parallel. And it is 1 hour where I don't remember anything, what I have to do, whether my patients are there.
Do,
I've
do you
finished my
do you
work for
do you
the day.
take your phone into the gym?
I take my phone, but it is lying in one corner, and my trainer asked me, "Sir, should I bring it to you?" I said, "Only if it says from the hospital, otherwise just leave it." But we have installed a direct line into the gym because I said if somebody has even a fainting spell, you need to have something, and that is another reason why you should have a trainer. You
Okay.
are alone,
Okay.
you have a fainting spell, or God forbid, if you are an epileptic, have a seizure, or maybe have an heart attack. Anybody can have. There should be somebody who can call the emergency code blue in our hospital. So, or in the gym.
So you are actually a doctor working out in the gym in his own hospital.
Yes, yes. So what we did was that during COVID, there was time, but we couldn't go to gyms. Gyms were closed.
Okay.
So we managed to convince our MD to open the gym in the basement with biometric access, and only one person could go in at a time and sanitize it. And my trainer was there with his double mask. So we would do that, and we installed this phone so that code blue can be called if there is a problem. And it is important. So I'll tell you another thing. Before that, somewhere before COVID, we do what is called a primary trauma care training courses in our free time, whatever that you may be. So I got all the trainers from my gym, 24 of them from Talwalkar gym in Delhi, 2 gyms, and we trained them in primary trauma care. So my trainer actually
For the
knows.
doctor, for the uninitiated, what do you mean by primary trauma care?
Primary trauma care is, suppose somebody gets an injury and falls down.
Hmm.
We think people in India don't help, but that is not the problem. They can't help because they don't know what to do.
Hmm.
And if you train them in that basic care, how to approach the person, call out his name, make sure he's conscious, make sure he's breathing, make sure he has a pulse, make sure he's, and then if not, then do a CPR, call for help, do CPR to resuscitate. So this is a very basic thing, and we teach it to lay people. And I thought my trainers were the persons who should be knowing this. And so all our trainers were trained, and half the money for that registration the hospital subsidized, and half the gym owner subsidized. No trainer had to pay money for that. But
Wow.
we trained 24 trainers, yes.
That's amazing. Hey guys, if you've enjoyed this clip, then click here and watch the full episode. And don't forget to subscribe because your body is the most expensive real estate and I'm your real estate agent.